Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be making a guide for the Pummel event which has just come out on the global server. The first thing we're going to talk about is the guess for prizes. There are going to be two different battles happening and you have to vote on the team you think which is more likely to win. And you can click the magnifying glass here and it will show you the layout of the team positions. Now the Pandora Harok team had a lot of potential if Harok was being put in the box. But because the Pandora team is putting Entendre in the box, I feel like this is just really awkward. And the only real potential of the Harok team winning is just having the Harok team survive long enough that the Harok can get some kills and get snowballing. But I think with the burst damage from Lenya, Shemira, I feel like the Lenya Shemira team has the advantage. If Pandora is putting Harok in the box, maybe I could understand it. I probably would pick it. But in this specific lineup, I think I'm going to pick the Shemira team. The other interesting thing is, if you support a team which is kind of like the underdog based on the votes here, the winning side will earn greater rewards when it has fewer supporters. So you're also going to earn more rewards. So if we click the support button here, it's going to show you at the current ratio of votes what you're expected to get, which is 37 if you win. If you lose, you're going to get 5, and if you win, you're going to get 10, and that 10 is going to be multiplied and amplified by basically the support ratio. So we're going to go for the underdog here, and I feel like it is going to be the one. Okay, for match number 2. Match number 2 also is interesting. A lot of people are picking the Pandora Talene team, and again, I think it's just because maybe these heroes look strong, but when you look at the match lineup, it's again really awkward. Pandora is putting Merrily into the box, and Merrily's ultimate is not very impactful. It would be again much better if Pandora is putting Talene, a much more impactful ultimating hero, into the box. And the other thing is here, you have Eironn crowd control. Eironn will do damage in crowd control, and Valo as well. It's going to be firing off on Pandora from the beginning. I think that the Eironn team is really the favorite here, and it's actually heavily undervoted right now. So if we support this, we're going to actually get the full 50 gold tokens if the ratio remains the same as it does here. And I think we have a good chance of getting a lot of tokens if we can manage to win here. Because usually what happens is in these type of events, like, you know, voting, people usually just pick whatever is the more voted on team, rather than maybe thinking for themselves. But really here, I honestly feel like these teams are likely to win that we've locked in. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's go ahead and now do the actual battling. So they're going to be different available heroes. Now, as for the top teams in this first week, I talked to my viewer from the VN server because, of course, they've had the Pummel event running for like a week now. And he says definitely Shemira teams are still going to be the best option, like Shemira Nero type combo, maybe with Pandora if you have her, just to get an immediate Shemira ultimate. I'm going to try some different versions of teams, maybe depending on which heroes you have, and we'll try to come up with what are the overall top teams. So there are 3 different duel modes, and I believe the red one is going to be the hardest difficulty, the purple should be the mid difficulty, and blue should be the easiest difficulty. We're going to start right with the hardest difficulty, because of course we're maxed out account, so we're going to attack over here, and then you're going to find an opponent. Oh wait, we even have bots to begin with, so maybe we're going to have some bot matches before we actually get into it. Okay, now here, let's go ahead and talk about the artifact. Now, artifact Blood Moon spell we know does really well with Pandora Shemira combo, because like Shemira's going to come out of the box, she's going to have the Blood Moon spell running. She's going to be dealing a lot of damage to the opponent team. And I think we'll go with what my viewer recommended right off the bat, which is going to be this new Pandora Shemira team. And let's see how it does. I think maybe I think we can have a positioning like this. Let's go ahead and try this. So the opponent obviously is very under upgraded in terms of Paragon tiers. The only thing you have to be careful about is you don't want your Pandora to die too quick. Because if Pandora dies before your hero comes out of the box, that's going to be a major disadvantage for your team. So like you're basically going to lose the fight from that point on. And you're going to see it's going to cost 1 stamina for each opponent that you beat or you have to face. And then when you win, you're going to get the extra 5 pumpkin rewards. Oh, there are other extra rewards that you have to complete. Okay. Winning with at least 2 allied heroes left, which we did, grants 2 extra gourd medallions. Winning with at least 80 seconds left grants 3 extra gourd medallions. Extra gourd medallions per win increase with your streak, so you can also win streak. So win streaks are going to be the most important. Like, these other things are not going to be as important as win streaks in my opinion. And if you're going for a Pandora team, you're going to be pretty quickly nuking the opponent as well. Okay, so we have a real player here. And let's see what type of team they're running in upgrades. Okay, it's again low upgraded here, Paragon 1. The only other thing I was thinking of is like going for it, because factional advantage is disabled here, so you don't need to have 3 of the same faction. I think a team like this can actually be really good, because you just have Eironn to crowd control them, it's just delaying them, and then you're going to be guaranteed to get your Shemira out of the box. And that was basically the strategy I was thinking of. And we can just have it like this. Now, because Pandora is going to put the ally who is rearmost into the box, I feel like this might be a really good placement. Because now Pandora is going to be protected. And Eironn is just going to be tanking. First, he's going to crowd control them. And now Shemira is going to come out of the box. And boom. And Eironn should easily be able to survive for long enough. Just another kind of thing I want to maybe think about is, what if we go for Lenya and just try to burst the opponent really quickly? I think this could also work. Like Lenya, we can go for... Let's go for a Lenya Eironn. Let's just go for a different style of team. Lenya Eironn, we want to have value right from the beginning of the match. Maybe we even go for the Seismic Spell, because that's the... Or we can even go for Divine Favor. That's going to be pretty good. And we just want one other hero here. How about we run something like Eironn? So like the thing about this team is we're going to group them up quickly. And Lenya does really well against grouped up enemies because she smashes them. Like she's going to deal that splash damage. And if we take a look at Eironn, how much... So that was going to be a really quick clear. It was basically all Lenya. Eironn hardly did anything, so we can replace Eironn for something else. But this is a good option if you have Lenya built, even up to Supreme Plus Paragon. I think it would be a pretty good team here. We can get rid of Eironn. Who's going to be another hero that we could try to run here that could have some burst damage potential? Honestly, probably Shemira. Shemira, Lenya, Eironn, something like this. I just like to have Eironn because it's kind of taking out, it's making it more foolproof for our comp by crowd controlling them into just immediate burst rather than waiting on Pandora and having like a Pandora potentially die. And Lenya's just going to smack them really quick. Shemira, even though she's not going to get off her ultimate, she's still going to deal a lot of, or some damage from her skills. So just to basically recap what I think are the top heroes you should be running in this basically first week of Pummel, I think Eironn definitely for that crowd control and some damage. Shemira, of course, you should be running. Nero is also really good. Lenya is really good if you have her built and invested. She's going to like shred through the enemy team. And of course, you can always go for a Pandora comp. Pandora to put the Shemira into the box and even have it in a positioning like this, for example, to keep the Pandora even safer. I think all of these are good options that you can definitely try. And I would go for Blood Moon Spell if you're going for Pandora, because it just, I think, gives a higher overall attack buff to the hero after 3 seconds into the match. Shemira is going to cast her ultimate, and that is basically game over. Eironn will tank well enough for your team, as well as crowd controlling and delaying the enemies. So that is basically going to be Pumpkin Pummel event. I think these challenges shouldn't be so difficult. Like, if you've seen here, every single person I've faced so far is Paragon 1. So I'm hoping that it will be the same for you guys as well. And hopefully you won't be facing higher Paragon upgraded players than that. And then even if you have Paragon 1 heroes of your own and you're using like these top comps, these top type of strategies, I think you're going to be fine to clear it. Yeah, I really like Eironn. Their mobilization is strong. But I think you could go for Seismic Spell as well. We didn't even showcase Seismic Spell, but Seismic Spell would lock down the enemies for like 5 seconds. That's also really strong. But if you're doing Eironn to do that job, then that's basically got it covered. So there we have it. We are done with the day 1, basically, of the Pumpkin Pummel. We're going to recover 5 stamina per day. So the store is going to be all the way over here by Lana. Yappy is going to be the, basically for the voting. Okay, so we have the make a purchase, and okay, so we have 120 of the limited gourd, and then 114 of the limited gourd medallion. You're definitely going to want to get your stellar crystals first. That is the most important thing because they're the most valuable resources. So you definitely want to focus your stellar crystals, get the cheapest ones first, and then get and keep continuing on from there. We're probably gonna have to fight daily, most of it, because even with like a perfect clear today, we only got 2 stellar crystals, so it will take a while for us to clear out the shop, but it should just happen, if you're playing regularly. And then for the regular limited gourd medallions, it's going to be the temporal essences are going to be the most valuable, but everything eventually you're going to want to buy out from the shop. And what do we have here? Ancient decor. Oh yeah, we have homestead items. That's really interesting. I mean, we have a limit of 10 of that. And we also have some new cosmetics. So overall, I think the rewards are pretty good from this event. In terms of the battle, it basically is just going to be exactly the same as Melon Melee. It's practically exactly the same. I like the voting element of it. I think the voting is really fun. And that will hopefully help us get some more of those gourd tokens, especially if we choose wisely. But anyway, guys, feel free to let me know your thoughts about this event in the comment section down below. If you have any other tips, feel free to share them. That is much appreciated. And if you are not already a member of my AFK Journey Discord server, please join that. There's a link to that in the description of this video. Also, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. There is a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. There's the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.